Okay, so welcome to the Comfort Cartoons Archive. Today we have a really cool one. We have a set of Fairly Odd Parents bobbleheads. On the show, we're covering every single Nickelodeon and SpongeBob item in the Comfort Cartoons collection and adding them up to create our grand total. But not just that, build this archive and this virtual museum. So if you want to check out a bunch of other Nickelodeon or SpongeBob products, go check out the show. We'll be adding 4 new items onto our Nickelodeon counter. These right here, what I have in front of you, are Fairly Odd Parents bobbleheads that were actually given out to associates at Nickelodeon that were working on the Fairly Odd Parents TV show. I did not work on the Fairly Odd Parents TV show, but how did I get them, you may ask? Well, that's for me to know and for you to never, ever find out. Actually, no, there's some guy found them at Goodwill and I just bought them off of him and, you know, that was cool. Shout out to him though, he found them for a steal. But it's a grail for me to have these in the collection. When I started collecting Fairly Odd Parents products, SpongeBob is kind of my main squeeze and Rugrats, a lot of the other stuff I collect. When it came to Fairly Odd Parents, all I ever really wanted to get in the collection for sure were these bobbleheads. Everything else so far has just kind of been a bonus and been fun along the way. But really what I set out to get was these bobbleheads. So I'm so glad to finally have them in here in the collection. I really wish the Fairly Odd Parents would have gotten more merchandising. Did get quite a lot, but comparatively to a lot of other Nickelodeon series, nowhere near as much as I believe it could have. When you look at new products like the Funko Pops out right now and the prices they are going for, I think that they definitely had a demand. Maybe just not as much during the time that they were actually coming out, but I think now they could definitely have another reboot or resurgence in product and it would do well. But we have them here. We have Vicki, we have Cosmo, Wanda, and also Timmy. I figured it'd be better to kind of separate Timmy from Vicki over there just to kind of, you know, protect him as much as we can. I cannot put an exact year on when these released because these are in-house products. If you look at the base of them, there's no information on the bottom besides just a made in China sticker that you see on there. But what I will note is this made in China sticker was really popular back in the day. You'd see it on a lot of products. So that to me shows a little bit of age, as well as on the actual Fairly Odd Parents logo, you'll notice a small little orange swoop below the Odd Parents text. Typically now what they will do is actually just make it a darker purple, as with this logo on screen here, and just kind of put the Nickelodeon modern font on top. Although they still do use this font, it was more commonly used in older products. If I were to guess and just make a wild assumption, I would think maybe the 15th, if not maybe the 10th anniversary celebration of the series, if not maybe the 15th anniversary, but that's again all speculation. Let's check them out one by one and take a look. So right here we have my personal favorite of the entire setup. We have Vicki. Of all the characters in Fairly Odd Parents, I feel like she, well, I mean, obviously of the main characters, she has the least amount of merchandise, and this one just really kind of sets in the evil that is Vicki the babysitter. Of course, voiced by Grey Delisle, who does an incredible evil girl, including Azula. She has a sign that says, "Will babysit for fun," meaning she literally will just do it just to torture them. Like she doesn't even need you to pay her, nothing really. I mean, maybe throw her some pizza for her and Doidle, but overall, she'll do it for free. And you'll see she has some TNT, a fuse box, and some chains and a saw kind of leaking out of the box there underneath, which is kind of like a toy chest, I guess you could say. And of course, her name, Vicki, and she's on top of a star, which of course those stars are kind of just unanimously known with Fairly Odd Parents, and also just, you know, stars. Inside of the box there, if you peek in, you'll actually see a kid inside of the box. And to be honest, when I first saw this figure, I thought that inside of there was Timmy. Based off the blue eyes and the overall complexion of the hands, I had assumed they were Timmy's hands, but she does also babysit other kids. And in one of Butch Hartman's TikTok Q&As, he actually calls this kid, well, just a kid. He doesn't say Timmy, he says you can see a kid in there. So for now, we're gonna call him a kid because the man himself said it was a kid, but I do think maybe it was meant to be Timmy. And that kind of sums up Vicki, but she just looks incredible. You know, the detail on her is amazing. Again, you don't get a lot of Vicki products, so I just appreciate this one so much. Next up, we have the voice of reason, Wanda here, and she looks super cute. Her little cinnamon roll swoop hairstyle looks amazing on the back and the front. She's got her crown, she's got some earrings, and mine unfortunately is missing one wing. Of all of these, this is the only flaw on any of them, and I probably will be looking for a replacement for Wanda somewhere down the line, but overall she still looks incredible, and I'm so glad to have her in the collection. She's got her wand there and she's sitting on the fairy world rainbow, you can see there, and the cloud she's sitting on kind of has some, you know, sparkle, some glitter, some fairy magic, I guess you could say. And again, she just looks incredible. But let's check out Cosmo. And Cosmo's design is what kind of makes me think maybe the 10th anniversary. Some of the earlier seasons of Cosmo, he was definitely like, you know, kind of like a used car salesman, very charismatic, whereas some of the later season, he's a little bit more dumb. And the face he's making just seems really like, so he seems like he's a little bit, you know, a little bit more dull than the original Cosmo. So it makes me think a little bit later, but again, with some of the other details, maybe not too late. And of course, he's on the Fairy World Rainbow as well. And in pink text, we have the Cosmo. To kind of contrast, we have the Wanda right there, which is in the pink text too. So, I mean, those colors have become so associated with each other due to this duo that I literally can't see green and pink together without thinking of them. And I think probably many of you as well. And if SpongeBob is the modern day Mickey Mouse, then Fairly Odd Parents would be the Bugs Bunny. So here we have Timmy Turner himself. We have the Timmy text there in the pink, which the pink shirt of Timmy, what many of you guys may know, was actually made pink, and as well as his hat, just because Butch Hartman didn't have any other colors available at the time. I'll never forget seeing that little Nick information post on the channel at some point in time. I think it may have been on the Nicktoons network, but you see his buck tooth there as well. Bobbles really, really great. I love these Bobbles don't really slouch too much, so I appreciate that a lot. And he is standing on a cloud, not quite the Fairy World Rainbow, but on a cloud, kind of just like Cosmo and Wanda are kind of, you know, helping him transcend into the fairy world away from the chaos that is Vicki. But he looks really, really cool all together. And on that note, that actually covers the entire crew there. Like I said, I am just super happy to have these in the collection. I will always protect them, archive them, and just, you know, kind of keep them to me close. I think they're awesome pieces to have to preserve for history as just a little memento of the hard work that the Fairly Odd Parents team did. They did an incredible job for all the seasons, one of the most successful Nickelodeon shows of all time, and I appreciate the work they did so much. And I'm so honored to be able to have saved these, you know, from, you know, possible destruction. Somebody was able to pick them up from the store, and I'm glad I was able to pick them up and put them into a safe place that I'll be protecting them, preserving them with their history of being for the crew, and not just that, keeping them in nice shape, so that way future people down the line can also enjoy them. And this video will always be here, so that way people can take a look at them and all their details, whether you have them or not. And that's truly what I love about this archive channel, is being able to share these items with you guys, to be able to get a detailed look at every little thing. Maybe not every single item will you be able to acquire. These took me years to get, but you can at least enjoy and see the details and the beauty of some of these different items that I consider pieces of artwork. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and if you guys want to support the show further, consider checking us out on Patreon, where you can join for as little as $5, and you'll get extended versions of all the videos I do over on my regular collecting channel, Comfort Cartoons, where we pick up all these items that you guys see here on the archive. And it helps us keeping the upload schedule possible and this museum possible. So please consider supporting over there. And if you haven't already, go check out the Comfort Cartoons channel. But thank you so much for just watching this video. As always, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for being the amazing, magical people that you guys all are. And if I could have one wish from our Fairly Odd Parents here, it would just be for you guys to have all the love and success that you wish in your life. And thank you guys so much for being a part of my life. I appreciate you guys so much. And I will see you beautiful people in the next video.